Oh, that's your smoothing thing.
Yeah, this is one of my ribs. I have this type of rib comes usually in like 2 or 3 sizes. The black rubber is a harder rib. I didn't bring my soft rib because I never use it. I mean, for throwing you would use it, but for hand building, I like the harder rib, and I'm just using this to kind of smooth out and also to even out the width of the clay, the thickness of the clay wall here. So that's why I'm feeling that with my left hand. I'm feeling where there are high points over there, and by having that left hand there, when the rib comes across a high point or a thicker point in the clay, then it will press out.
Oh.
I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but that's kind of my goal, is to have nice, even walls.
That's beautiful.
And so I'm working mainly from the inside. Let me try getting a round bottom. I love with the bowl to have like a really, really round bottom. And of course, you know, if a bowl is thrown, it will have that round contour, but then there's a foot that lets it stand on the table. With these, and I'll show you it later with the finished bowls, they have a mostly round contour, but it allows them to spin on their bottom, which is, and they don't wobble really because that's how they were dried. So it's kind of an interesting sort of side effect of my aesthetic, if you will. So some people put feet on pinched bowls, and I don't really go for that. I just like the bowl in contact and what have you. So you look at the back side now, or the outside of the bowl, and see that there are some cracks that have developed, and they're mainly on the surface, so that won't be a big deal. I can burnish them out later on, but even so, I'm going to take the rib to the outside now. Just a little bit of water, and this is just to start getting the outside contour even. And again, I keep my hand on the inside. So this technique here is very much in line with coiling, where you would use a rib on the outside somewhere along the line. And I think the rib, you can use it at all levels of the process while this is drying. At this time, it's more of, I'm using it to even the clay thickness out. Later on, it will be to smooth over any imperfections or any drastic imperfections in the surface. I can also kind of work some of these cracks out for the time being. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this over once I sort of get this back to round, more or less. Flip this over. And then just do a little bit on the bottom there. This one worked out pretty nicely so far. Okay, so that one is ready to go. These are starting to firm up. I did these about 45 minutes ago, and already they're starting to get a little bit more firm. Again, I'm not going to worry about these cracks in the rim because that will get cut off. So I can even do with this one. So sometimes, you know, they end up being more upright. Sometimes the bowls end up being shallower. I just kind of go with however the clay is yielding. I don't want to exert too much influence over it, because then you end up with causing more problems than you solve. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do some more shaping and a little bit more thinning on this, and I can be a little bit more aggressive with the rib now that this is firmed up a bit.